Okay, so right here we're looking at some crime maps from Chattanooga specifically. And with these maps, I have a couple different resources I want to show you too. And I read some Reddit articles and found some other hotspots from locals. So that's just outside of what the crime maps are showing. But I want to show you some discrepancies here and similarities between these crime maps and doing the research so you don't have to. So we look at the bottom circles on the map here. You can kind of see similarities there as far as lower crime rates. Looks like East Ridge and south of that, pretty much it's very similar as far as what the crime maps are showing. The one on the left from crimeometer.com and the one on the right from crimegrade.org. So that looks very similar. Now the top circle where it says Pineville on both, the top left circle, what's going on there? Anybody know what's happening? Because one area says it's great, and then the other says, oh, it's terrible, right? So I don't know what's going on with some of that, and I don't really know too much what's going on in the North Shore area. So if you guys are local, let me know, because I haven't found too much information specific to that area. But I wanted to point out too, you see where it's Woodmore with the arrow on both maps. It's a little pocket right there. Anybody know what's going on there just west of the airport? It looks like it's like a very nice area surrounded by some maybe not so nice areas. I don't know. I street mapped some of it and it looked okay, but I don't know if anybody has any feedback or commentary. Let me know what areas I'm missing below. Drop a comment where you're from, what cities you want to see next, and we'll get right into it with the next slide. Found some stats from areavibes.com. Nothing too crazy here, just taking a look at some of the cities with similar populations and kind of what the crime rates are versus Chattanooga. So you can kind of see where it falls on the chart, right? It doesn't look great, I'll tell you that right now. But hey, here's the information. They get their information from FBI's UCR reports reflecting the 2024 calendar year. So the report just came out in September of 25 to reflect that. So you can kind of see where some of the safer spots are for cities of that similar size. Now, again, we're looking at a little bit of breakdown here. The livability of 76, the score it encompasses all of these stats here, or all this criteria together, and it comes up with a livability score. So, your amenities, commute costs of living, etc. It's kind of nice because you can compare by city. Sometimes you can compare district to district, but this city didn't have that option, at least with this website. So that's why I'm using a few different sources to get just, generalized information as it pertains to this. So crime rating F. So if that's something that is important to you, I guess maybe moving there is not the best option. But you can see the crime rates 125% above the average, and it breaks it down by violent crime and property crime as well. All right, so take it for what it is, and we'll look at the next source here from doorprofit.com. Here's some of the worst neighborhoods and the scores: C minus, C minus, and then the rest are C's and C plus. So Bushtown, Highland Park, downtown Ridgedale. Now a lot of these areas weren't even listed from what I found, but who knows? Let me know what you guys think of these areas. I'm not from here, so I don't know firsthand. But if you have any feedback, please drop a line below. Curious to know what you guys think of these areas. If you live here, or if you're thinking about moving to some of these areas, maybe things have changed since these reports have been updated. But we'll take a look. Wanted to show you a few more sources for you. Spotcrime.com. This was just, I don't know if this is even today, these crimes that are listed here, or just shows here. So there was only a few listed, but I think it's up to date, maybe even a day or two, so pretty recent, just to show you that there's a few different options to look for crime in the area. And crimeradar.com as well. It kind of lists all the crimes specific and then the date and time, kind of what it is. So it's another way to track crime in your area. Now, last thing I wanted to show you, now I was telling you that I like to read Reddit articles and feeds about crime in certain areas, and really just going in depth here and trying to find all the data and information that I can and putting it in this map here from atlas.com, just a Google product here. So some of these areas were listed by a lot of Reddit users as some bad areas. So I want to know what you think, and this is in no particular order. East Chattanooga, you know what, maybe I'll zoom out a little bit. Ridgedale, some of them are just road specific. Oak Grove, Glenwood, Bushtown, that was listed on the previous slide. I think that's kind of by Orchard Knob. Yeah, I think Orchard Knob is a very similar, close bordering neighborhood. But we have East Ridge, Highland Park. You know, Highland Park always sounds so ridiculous. Anytime you look up Highland Park, it seems like it's just garbage, just a garbage area. Let me know what you guys think of that. Brainerd Road. Now, I heard some mixed opinions on Brainerd specifically, so curious to know if you guys are in that area or what you know about it. 11th Street, Avondale, Glass Street in particular. Now, is Glass Street connected to Highway 58 that goes to Harrison? Yeah. I don't know, I was reading something from a few years ago. I like to find the most recent commentary, but some of it's, only within a year or two. Some of it was saying that there's some gang activity on 58 going up to Harrison. I don't know what that's like. So let me know about that. St. Elmo, right next to Lookout Mountain. Now, I heard this area, there's a lot of petty crimes. I think a lot of theft from vehicles, um, you know, stuff like that. Just a lot of mischievous action going on there, down there in South Elmo. Piney Woods, I heard, was pretty rough. Stay away from East Lake. Again, Orchard Knob I already listed. And then Rossville down here. I think that's in Georgia, but I don't know if they have... it's probably just like the suburbs, I guess. But someone said the road going towards Rossville, whatever highway that is. And then Alton Park is a rough area as well. So that's kind of what I have for you. What people were listing as some of the worst areas. But let me know what's going on. Let me know what I missed. And I also want to know what's going on in North Chattanooga. North Shore area, Red Bank. I didn't really see a whole lot. Or just not a lot of commentary. So I really don't know what's going on up there. If you have any feedback on that, I'd love to hear it. And that's pretty much it, right? A couple of the safe spots in this area: Lookout Mountain, Signal Mountain. So, yeah, I guess crime doesn't want to go uphill, right? So, if you're looking to get away, maybe living on the mountain's the place for you. But that's it for now. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.